gangsta?
Gangster, what's going on?
How you been, man?
You know, doing my thing.
Good. There's Jesse.
There he is.
What up,
Yep.
sexy? Yeah, I
What's
love the background.
Oh,
up, guy?
all
Took you
right.
long.
What's up, guys?
Just chilling, just
Chilling. Yeah. Oh,
being
Yeah.
just being rock stars.
being rock stars. Hell yeah. Me.
Working on a couple big deals. We have that one, like, was it? I think it was a $10 million deal
There
with
you
Winter
go.
Music Group.
That's a lovely story.
I like it. Sign that shit.
It's actually a real story. But it's a scammer. It's like some scammer guy. He's trying to offer us. He's like, what we want to like. He's like, I'm looking for bands. I sent him like one of our songs, and he's like, all right, let me look at it for a little bit. And then I think like a day later, he gets back to me and he's like, types this whole thing out, which whatever. It could have been like something copy and pasted, but it basically said like, you're exactly what we're looking for. The song was killer. This is everything we want in artists. And then he sends us a contract that's for like $10 million, but we have to send him 1,000 to get the
Yeah.
10 million.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
It was an initial deposit of $3 million, and then it had the accrued amounts or whatever afterward, but you
Oh my
can't initiate it
God.
until you deposit $950 to his
Yeah,
account.
What the fuck?
What a deal.
We should try that. Oh my
I'm
God.
clear. I'm positive they were legit because Matt, if you remember, their address was Empire State Building, New York City. So
New
yeah.
York City. Yeah.
It's all it said. Just said Empire State Building. So yeah, I think you might be right. I think maybe we missed out on an opportunity there.
Fuck, you guys should have signed that shit.
Maybe
yep.
next time. Maybe I'll reach back out to that guy. Yeah, Jesse. This is oh my gosh, forgot your name,
Oh shit, what's
Tony.
my name? Fuck.
It's been so I haven't seen you in so long that I literally couldn't
Five
even
years.
remember your name.
Nah, 5 years. 5 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to be in the band The Missing Sons together.
Word.
And yeah, just a lot of fun playing bass and all that good stuff. And yeah, this is Jesse. This is the guitarist of PERN.
Yeah. You guys want to do like a little self intro? Talk about yourselves?
Yeah, you want to go first,
Sure.
Jesse?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jesse Davidson. I'm the guitar player for PERN, one of two guitar players. Um, the other fellow couldn't be here. I miss him already.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I could tell you my life story. It's pretty rad.
All right.
But Matt's much more interesting.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, hi, I'm the vocalist screamer of the band PERN. Um, my life story involves a lot of drug addiction, a lot of trauma, a lot of mental and physical abuse, and all that stuff goes into the lyrics. And we create a lot of art through all that drug addiction and abuse and pain. And yeah, Pern's been really fun.
No, it's so cool because like I remember like 4 years ago at this point, you had pillow over face, right? You were in that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And then you started Pern, you joined Pern. I was like, this shit's cool. Like those songs that you were sending, oh my God, I was like, damn, this shit's cool. Cool stuff.
with, with
Appreciate that.
Pern or with Pillow
Yeah,
Over
with
Face.
Pern, with Pern, yeah, with Pern. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so Jesse wrote a lot of that stuff. And yeah, I mean, the funny thing about Pern is actually it used to be Thank You for the Venom with Nick.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we had like 5 songs or something like that. Maybe it was like 4, with like a bunch of unfinished stuff. And Jesse played bass for that band, and he was just sitting back there with all these songs that he had written.
Wow.
And whatever, with that band, it didn't really work out. But so we still wanted to do music, and then Jesse stepped up, and he had all these songs. I remember you even hit me on the side one time, and you're like, "I have this, like stuff. You should do vocals over it."
Yeah,
Um,
well, it's just, I mean, the whole way we got together is just funny, just because I responded to an ad Nick put on Craigslist.
Okay.
to join Thank You for the Venom, and he was looking for a guitar player specifically, and I played guitar. I was looking to play guitar in a group, and then so I met Nick. I went down and I jammed with who is now our drummer, Rick, Nick, and Matt was on vocals. But I went there and played, and I liked Nick's stuff, and it was the sound, it was like right up my alley. But I was being a snob, and I was I didn't want to play in a group that had no bass. So I said I'm going to play bass for a while until we find another guitar player, and it just kind of we played one gig, I think, as Thank You for the Venom with me on bass, and I mean it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Matt said, there was just something wasn't working out. I hit Matt up on the side, like he said, and I have a bunch of songs I wrote.
Right.
I don't think they're going to fit in here, but if you want to scream over them, I mean, I've had them for a while. I still write on my own, and he was down to do it. And then just by happenstance, PERN was Thank You for the Venom wasn't working out. Nick sort of left the group, and then I just said, hey guys, if you want to keep going, I got material, and I love playing with you two, and we all just agreed to keep going, and that was like 2 years ago now. And I wouldn't say PERN wasn't a thing until June of 23.
Yeah,
because that's when we really completed the unit, and everything really started to come together. Before that, it was more of a hobby than anything else.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nick,
definitely.
man. Can we talk about Nick legally? Can we talk about him? I don't know. Like
Yeah, I'd love to talk about Nick.
man, that guy's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, anybody who's met Nick knows that guy is crazy. So yeah, he he was difficult.
What
He
did
was
he
definitely
play?
difficult.
What did Nick play? He was a guitarist, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, and very talented guitar player.
Yeah.
Really
for
good.
sure.
Yeah,
Debatable.
Yeah.
usually
Okay.
the most talented are the craziest, right?
Yeah.
In my experience.
Yeah. I mean, he was
The better.
a true unique artist. I'll
Yeah.
say he was a very unique guy. And you know what? I'll be frank. He and I are the ones that didn't have chemistry.
Okay.
You know, just the way it.
I mean, I know what you're saying. He liked you a lot. For some reason he
I
hated
liked
Chris.
him. I liked him also. It
You
takes
can't play
something
with that.
special. It takes something special to be in a creative environment, a creative unit with people. And I don't think he and I had that chemistry. I could probably hang out with him or share a conversation with him, no problem.
Yeah, it's
But,
like you can date someone or be in a relationship. It's a little bit different.
yeah, big time. It's huge. And seeing that person frequently and sharing stuff like being creative. I mean, that's just such an intimate thing. So it takes something special, between especially, we're talking about 5 people, not just one and one,
Yeah, I've always seen a band like a relationship, and I've always thought, can I see myself on a tour bus with these people for 2 weeks and have to with them, and
I could do that.
You could do that.
He could.
I could do that with I was
You
thinking
could.
with Jesse. Like I could do that with you guys. With Nick, I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Oh, okay, so it seems like Nick wasn't the easiest person to be on a bus with.
Nick's hobby is what? Throwing beer cans at police cars and shit like that.
Sounds like Tony.
You know that story?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I know that story. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
JT
crazy.
that day.
Yeah, the thing about Nick too is he was not only difficult to work with or whatever, the guitarist, he was also the songwriter, and he was also like the only person who was allowed to have any type of artistic influence in the band. Anybody, Jesse would bring like ideas, and he would just be like, yeah, I'll work on it, and then try to like change it himself or just never talk about it again.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, those bands don't usually last too long. Usually it's the singer that does that, in my experience.
I mean, it sounds like an experience that me and Matt had in a certain band.
For the one we're still in?
No, a certain band with a certain person that was running that shit.
Oh. Well, my name. Oh, I was confused because my name's Matt too, so I thought it was about
Yeah,
us.
Matt and Matt. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think I'm. The Missing Sons or
yeah, the Missing Sons. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've heard
with
stories.
yeah.
Now we had a lot of
Damn,
fun, though. We had a lot of fun doing that. Oh, I had a lot of
that
fun.
was fun.
Do you remember the first time you tried out when JT brought you in for that? The first day?
Yeah, dude. I think I actually do remember that. I think I remember just being in the what is it, Sweatbox or something?
Yeah, sweatshop. Yeah. Yeah.
That place was the best.
And
And
we were kind of like fucking with you, like talking about like, oh, we're just gonna go to the bathroom, shoot some heroin real quick, and then you like pulled me aside, like, are you guys doing heroin? Like, no, no.
did I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
I was probably like, "Do you have any to share?" I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Yeah, I
That
loved it.
humor sounds familiar.
Nah, those were fun days that we were doing that stuff, honestly, because like we were doing stuff that no one in New York was doing at that point. Nobody was doing crazy shit that we were doing at that point. And we were just
Well,
like
like,
chaos.
yeah, that was what made the Missing Sons a lot of fun. That's what I try to do,
Yeah.
like with anything.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I was pretty bad at screaming for a very, very long time, and I'm just starting to get like decent at it, or like, get like techniques and stuff down.
Yeah.
But I always just thought that at the least I could just kind of like run around and try to go crazy.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, with these next shows that we have coming up, like that's my plan, is to get better and better at that. Like running around the stage, putting on a show, just going crazy.
Yeah.
Getting more comfortable with that. It's different playing bass as it is vocalist. Vocalist, you have a lot more responsibility and a lot more pressure, a lot more eyes on you. So it's a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I agree. I played bass for a long time, and the project that me and Tony are now, I play guitar and I sing.
Yeah.
But I still feel like a little bit shielded because I'm holding a guitar when I'm singing, so it's not me just exposed running around with a mic. Because I can feel like, what am I gonna do with my hands right now? I don't know. And just I could totally tell being in bands with good vocalists, it just takes like a lot of confidence and definitely like preparation. And I don't know. Some people naturally are better at it, but definitely like you can work at it. And I think me as a vocalist now, I've had to like really get better at stage banter and like be more like upfront with people.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so it's definitely it's a skill. I think like almost like anything,
Yeah.
definitely.
So what's the scene like in New Jersey? What's it like out there?
I don't know.
Like what's in right now? Like what I mean, I don't know. Like,
I feel like we're just getting back into it.
Okay.
I mean, for me, after a long, long hiatus of being inactive in it, it seems like not much has changed almost. I mean, we played one gig serious, like at a club bar type scene. And it was like I'd never left it. Playing in front of the other bands and their girlfriends, maybe like 5 or 6 people that showed up, to see us. That was our first thing. And but I mean, couldn't have gone any better. We had a blast. We sounded really good. I mean, for being our first gig together, we'd only been a full unit probably for, I think we played in August, and we got our bass player and finalized our lineup in June. So, we didn't really have any, and there was no reason why we should have sounded good or it should have went well, and everything was just perfect. So I think that was like the last kind of thing we needed to tell us, hey, this is it. You got, the unit's done. All the members are there. You got your sound. Everybody knows what they're doing. And, I think we can all just keep going now. And then we got a 1-day notice basement show, which made me feel like I was a teenager again.
I loved it. That was the best, and that also was crazy that we didn't practice for like a month and then just played a show.
Month, yeah. Through Matt having his kid on the way, and congratulations to Matt. And then our bass player had a pending baby on the way. I think his wife was due a month or so later, so she was pretty far along. We hadn't been able to practice in a month, and then I was just peeling around Facebook through the Facebook groups, and I saw last minute, a guy was calling all bands. I need a filler for a basement show in Tom's River, which probably about an hour from all of us here in Jersey. So we, I just checked in with everybody, and everyone was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go! Sounds good."
Yeah.
No hesitation. And so, I think that was really cool. We went there, and yeah, I had an absolute blast. I didn't care, what the scene was or whatever. It was like, I pulled up the first guy I saw. I was like, "Hey man, you want to get fucking trashed?" Like, I don't even know you, man. But no, it was great. And I had a blast. I mean, that's the scene now. It's Facebook. It's
Right.
it's so much more social media. I mean, you could
Mhm.
never back in the day could that have happened with
Definitely.
like that, So
Yeah.
the opportunity seems much more wide.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm assuming everyone here is like in their 30s, right? Or at least close to that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great question around the band, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we have five
Yeah.
people in the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm 39,
Okay.
Okay.
Matt 33, 34.
I think I'm 33. I can't remember.
It gets
Okay.
harder after.
Well,
It's either like 32
early
or 33.
30s.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask. So for me personally, I'm 35. What's the biggest difference you feel about playing music in your 20s to 30s? I feel like for me, it's less serious and more fun. But I'm still hoping to still get like a little bit of a slice of a scene to play in. But I feel different playing shows in my 20s compared to 30. I feel like it's more fun and less pressure. And I just enjoy myself more compared to my 20s, where I felt like I had to try really hard and push. And I don't know. Is that something you guys feel or think about ever?
I do feel like that. In a sense that it's like when I was 25, I put a lot more pressure on myself because like I really, really wanted it to work, and I thought that my life was nothing if it didn't work. And then I was like, oh, that's not true. Like I can get married, I can have friends, I could, get hobbies. But so I mean, it's definitely yeah. I mean, there's a maturity to it for me now, for sure.
Yeah, same for me. The goals are different now.
Mhm.
The goal now is to have a good time, and that's it.
Yeah.
Be creative, have a good time with these people I enjoy being around. When I was in my 20s and even younger, I was going to do this for a living. There was,
Yeah, me
and that
too.
was it. And it's all I thought about from, when I first picked up a guitar. And I think I finally like tapped out at like 28 or something like that of, trying to make a career out of it.
Mm.
And that's why, and I am so comfortable. I'm very happy with my life is the way, no regrets.
Yeah.
I'm 39. I still get to play music. I'm playing shows again. I'm recording music. I'm writing. I met 4 new friends.
Yep.
It's special. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
when we get to vicariously live through a younger guy, our other guitar player is 19, so he's a kid. So yeah,
Super
and
And
our drummer
yeah,
is, we have a generational gap like I've never seen. Our guitar player is 19. I'm late 30s. He and our bass player, Matt and our bass player are in their early to mid 30s. Our drummer's 49.
Wow. Damn.
So
yeah. And he's awesome, by the way. I
he's
don't
incredible.
understand anything he says through text message. Like that generation gap is like massive when it comes to texting. I don't understand a word he says, but yeah, I love him, man. And in person, yeah, it's great.
Wow.
You get a lot of different perspectives, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
For like, since you have a 19-year-old in the band, like, so my friends I've been watching on Instagram, they're actually playing backyard shows again, and they're in their 30s. I think that's so cool. Is that still a thing? Like for younger musicians, are backyard shows still happening? I feel like it's a lot of like hip hop and more rap now from what I've seen from like the Generation Z. But I'd like to know if that still happens because I went to so many backyard shows when I was 18 and I used to play a lot. I don't know if that changed or not.
I imagine in New Jersey it's probably still happening. I mean, the basement show thing happened, so
Yeah.
I mean, almost kind of
That's
the same.
cool.
Yeah. So I think it's still alive and well. I mean, there's more and more bands pop up every day. I mean, when we played at that basement gig, I mean, I would say the other 2 or 3 artists were all like in the younger range for sure, like just breaking into their 20. I mean, we played a basement show. It was clearly, wasn't a guy's house. It was his parents' house. We played the kid's
It was
basement.
cool, yeah.
So Yeah. So
Parents out of town, throw a party.
no, they were upstairs watching like NCIS or something. We
Oh,
saw them when we were
like-
bringing the gear.
Yeah, like congratulating it was like I don't know. I've never seen anything like that. They were like supporting him so much. Like, I don't know, I guess
Yeah.
they knew it was his dream, and they were like, all right, we have a house. You want to throw a show here?
I want to be a
Which
dad
is
like
great.
that.
Right.
I know. It's crazy, yeah.
Speaking of being a dad, Matt, you're a dad now. That's fucking crazy, man. You're a
I
dad.
know.
Wow.
That really is crazy, right? Like it really is crazy when you put into perspective of like the life, like like when me and you were in the Missing Sons. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just you would
like
never
1,000
think.
years ago at this point, honestly. Like how far we've
Yeah,
come in life, honestly. Really.
it
Crazy.
really does. It does feel like 1,000 years ago because like COVID makes the different. Like pre-COVID is now like
right.
pre like historic times or something to me
Exactly.
now. I
Yep.
don't remember anything pre-COVID.
Yeah, right. I know, right?
Yeah, pretty traumatic for sure.
Yeah, I first met you when I was 24, 25. I'm 30 now. So it's been a while.
Yeah, that's crazy. That seriously is crazy. That's like it's like I don't it like yeah, I don't know. Like we gotta figure out a way to stay in touch more, like hang out or something, because
Right, we do.
I don't I don't even know how that happened. And JT, like, you
JT's in
know,
LA now, right?
yeah, how crazy is that? He's in
Same.
LA and he's we're all doing our thing now. I mean,
Yeah, right.
you're in the band that had that song that I said was really good. Is that the one you're singing for?
Which one? Favorite?
Did you
He's
show?
the singer.
Yeah.
You're the singer of Favorite?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
singer.
That honestly, that band is really, really good. The vocals are phenomenal.
Thank you, man. Like I said, I played bass for a long time, and actually, when COVID hit, I was like, all right, I got nothing to do. I went to audio school. I could record. Like, I'm just gonna stop being scared and start writing my own songs and trust my vocals a bit more and stop thinking I'm not good. It was like a really like big growing process for me, and I worked on my voice a lot. And yeah, I just was writing a bunch of songs, and then I met Tony, and he's a drummer, and we're like, let's try to get something together. It was cool how we met. So
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're still writing some music now. We're focusing more on writing, not playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the drummer, I'm the singer, and
Yeah.
Such good stuff. It really is.
Thanks,
That
man.
song is so catchy. It has such like the early like the vibes of when music was like good for that type of like genre. You don't hear like I don't really know any bands in that genre that I'd like listen to now that I'm like, oh yeah, that's really good music. I can't even think of any at the top of my head. Maybe you guys would know and you could put me on something, but I don't know. But you guys, it sounds really good.
Which song? Would you show him the live video or
I don't even know which song. Like what song?
Time Machine or
Time Machine.
Time Machine. Yeah, that's our biggest song for sure.
Yeah, everyone loves that song.
Yeah.
It was definitely the crowd favorite. And I wrote that was one of the first few songs I wrote, and it still stands like one of the best ones. I mean, you guys probably play songs and certain like songs the crowd just responds better. Or you just have some bangers and you're just like, oh, I think listening to what the audience thinks or what they say is a good indicator how to keep writing. Like follow that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I ever really look out and see people's receptions. I'm too preoccupied on like like thinking of like what's going on. So Jesse's always just like banging his head too. So
Yeah. How do you guys write songs? Like what's the process for that? I like learning about bands and how they write songs. Like where does it usually start from?
that's definitely a Jesse question.
Well, so right now we have 6 songs. That's our current set list. We're writing our 7th. I think so. The 6 songs we have, 70% of them were finished. Like I wrote them all. The structure was there. I pretty much brought them to the guys and I said, hey, here's these songs, tweaked a little bit, but I mean they're pretty much the way I wrote them.
Okay.
They were modified a little bit, because the drummer would play a different way than I had envisioned it, but there was essentially the same. Probably with the group, there's one song I wrote since joining the band that's pretty, exclusive to PERN. Like, we all put our input in it.
Mhm.
but then the kid AJ, the younger guy, the other guitar player, he brought his first song to the group, and that's where things are really starting to turn as far as like everybody putting in their 2 cents and everybody contributing, because I think that's where we're really gonna start to flourish. I mean, his style of writing is already way different from mine, which is excellent. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I have a style. I've always had it, and now that something different is going to be introduced, it's not just going to be a bunch of, because eventually stuff starts to get a little formulaic, and you don't really want that. You want to be able to grow and evolve and things like that. And so yeah. So the fact that someone else took like a chief sort of songwriting position beyond me was a great thing. And yeah, now I would say it's going to evolve to a more of like equal contribution from everyone, and less like maybe a guy will bring a riff to a practice, or Matt might even have a set of vocals or even just a theme to work around. But
that's awesome.
I'm going to look forward to that more. Everybody, being part of it.
Yeah.
So the video is going to cut off in 2 minutes.
Shit.
So do you want to do a part 2? We can kind of close
Yeah,
it here.
so let's do this. So Zoom is only for 40 minutes. So let's close this one and then we're going to open
Been 40 minutes.
Yeah.
No, 30 minutes actually.
30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Actually, maybe we can go to 12:40. Let's just keep talking, and then if it cuts us off, then we'll do a new one. But it hasn't said it's going to end soon, so maybe they forgot.
Actually, I just wanted to say, when it comes to like writing the vocals, a lot of the vocal stuff that I wrote, I don't even remember writing, and I don't know how that works. Wow. It's just like the song was like written itself, and I was just like putting down what was like already in the song or something. I don't even know. But yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of how I got like, and also kind of the way that I write the melodies, just like every practice, I'm just like messing around. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. But the lyrics, I really don't remember. Like, just, I don't even know. They just kind of like came out. I don't even know. I can't explain it.
Crazy.
That's actually
it sounds like you put a lot of time into it, because they're very deep, very dark.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the thing that's like interesting, is that's why it's like that song like had something to it that just was there, and I just tapped into it, even though it sounds like weird. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. By the way, one question: where'd you get the name PERN from? Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. I mean, like, so I mean, realistically, the way we got that name is, we always say like silly ways of like saying words, like, instead of porn,
we
we'll
were
say,
making fun
you watch it.
Okay, that's cool.
We were making fun of the way people from Pennsylvania talk.
Okay.
One night, and we were saying like, go home, answer the phone, and all these stupid words. But then the drummer, when we were leaving, he's like, yeah, y'all go home now, watch some PERN and go to sleep. And then I just laughed, and I was like, PERN.
Where's he from?
He's from Philly, which is funny.
Philadelphia. Oh yeah, that Philly accent.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually sound like that. But he knows.
No, not at all.
So we were all just kind of ragging on people from Pennsylvania. But yeah, he said PERN. It just made me laugh, and I thought it was it's it's a 4-letter word. It's quick. It's very. I don't know. It just kind of sticks with you. I don't know. I just thought it sounded cool. I thought it suited us, because
I'm always very interested in this. Like, like, for example, favorite came from like Matthew's sister misspelling the word favorite. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then it was like fave. And the thing is, like, band names, usually I've been in bands where not knowing the band name could break the band up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think band names are really hard, but like I think the older I get, I'm like, let's just get the band name done. Even if it's not great, we'll grow into the name. Like, don't worry about it as much. It's kind of a waste of time.
I think that kind of happened with us. I mean, the way I define it to people is, look, we take nothing serious but the music. So it's up to and including our band name. So
yep, that 100%.
Yeah,
the band name is perfect for us, because we are really like it has nothing to do with us or whatever. It's just we're as goofy as the band name, and you know, we're not like you said, we're not like in our 20s, like, you know, thinking that this is all we have, or, you know, trying to be like, I don't have any thought in my head about like, yo, like, this is 100% going to make me famous. I'm going to be a big band. I'm going to be able to do music my whole life. I'm literally just like having fun and watching as it like gets more fun. You know, with each show, it gets more fun and like all that stuff, you know?
I think just growing as a musician, like you learning how to scream or just developing your instrument. I think for me, just the growth, like seeing, for me personally, I can play guitar now, I can sing. People actually like the music that I create. Just that path and that journey you're on. I think for me, even if I ever never make it to a point where it's like sustaining me financially, I think it's just fun. Like if I can be old and look back and like, oh, I did pretty good. You know, I improved, I got better. As long as I'm not going down, you know? So
Yeah. And it's fun. I mean, we're hanging out with friends all day long too. And
hell yeah.
even just playing Crossroads is like like a goal, like a big goal, because I saw like, you know, a couple big acts there. So it's like, it just feels like it's a legitimate venue. And then the basement show was a huge um bucket list thing, because I never did that, but I did watch like all the cool bands when I was younger do that. And I was like, and then every time I was there, I was like, man, I want to do that so bad. So that's why as soon as you said basement show, I was like, I don't care that I'm 33. We have to do it.
We did play one. Can we call it a basement show? It's a long, long time ago, man. But we played that one show in Brooklyn where it was like someone's house.
Oh, Grant.
Was it Grant?
Yeah, yeah. Where
Was
we
it
took
Grant?
that picture outside, like the Avengers.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were
yeah.
just
The
all going.
Avengers picture that we took. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
JT
So
got
that.
crossfaded.
Oh yeah, he was
Remember in
done.
the Uber, he's
So,
like waving his arms. The guy's like, "What's wrong with your friend?"
yeah. So that was a basement show, but the problem with that one was we did the
Yeah,
acoustic set. That was the only
right. We
thing.
did
Is
acoustic.
that the show where you're like hitting the box, you didn't know what you're doing?
I had no idea what I was doing.
He's just
Yeah.
like pissed off.
Yeah.
People were talking shit to you or
Yeah,
something.
they were like, "You guys suck." I'm like, "No, you fucking suck."
Really? I honestly don't even
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, he told me because like we've done some acoustic shows. We've been playing like the emo night in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And like sometimes they need an acoustic opener. I'm like, hey Tony, can you play Cajon? He's like, what's that? He's like, oh, the box.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, can you buy a box and play with me? Because it'd be cool to have you like on board. So he's like, I fucking hate this thing. He actually broke it. He got so mad he kicked it one day and eventually just fell apart.
Yeah, his anger is some of the best part of doing music with Tony.
And he's scared people at our shows before.
God,
The first time seeing Tony finish a show and chuck the drumstick in the audience, my guitar's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on with this guy? You know?
I'm gonna name a venue, Matt. You try to remember this. Otto's Shrunken Head in Manhattan. Do you remember that show?
I do.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Okay. Do you remember me destroying my drum kit and you just like taking your bass and just like destroying shit with me? That was fucking crazy. And that's where all like the whole crazy shit started that day. That was a lot of fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We were getting very drunk back then.
Yeah. That was like a Tuesday night we were playing, I think, something like that. Yeah. We were going crazy.
Is this the place that was, I can't even remember. I don't know. Is this the place where that guy came and like tried to take your sticks or something, or?
No. That did happen once. Yeah, that happened. That was like a Irish pub. Yeah.
What
No,
prompted
honestly,
the destroying behavior?
I don't know. At some point, we were playing a show. We were in like the backstage. We were on the stage, and there was like a bar outside, and they kept closing the door, and everyone had their like arms folded, like kind
that guy. Yeah.
and we were pissed. And then at the end of it, I just started like throwing shit, and then you just like looked at me like, "All right," you started breaking shit with me.
They must have loved that.
Very rock and roll.
30 chased me into the fucking bathroom. They're like, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think the craziest I've seen Tony, we played a show.
Yeah.
So in Japan, you basically you pay a little bit more to play shows, but there's always backline. They usually have like a Marshall half stack, nice bass amp. So at that time, I just had my own guitar, so I plugged into the amp. Maybe like song 3, the amp kind of started dipping, so like my volume was stopping. And at the time, we were just a 3-piece, so it was just guitar, bass, drums. And our last fucking song, my guitar totally just stopped working. So it was literally we're doing a cover song, "Shake It" from Metro Station. So I literally, and I just had my guitar. I just bought it, and I was so frustrated because like we put a lot of practice into the show, and like we did a lot of prep time for it, and it was like kind of a big deal to us. So I just like the guitar stopped working. I was gonna throw my guitar. I'm like, nah, and I put it down. I just fucking took the mic, just was singing. It was a drum and bass. And after that, we finished, and the sound guy came, started wrapping the cables, and Tony in Japanese was just screaming at the guy, this is fucking ridiculous. And like screaming at the guy, and the Japanese people aren't very confrontational, so the guy was just like freaking out, and Tony was livid, like so angry. And we were mad too, because we put a lot of work into the show, and the amp just stopped working, and Tony was super fucking just like angry. Like he's like, I gotta go outside, like I gotta like get some fresh air, and like he left.
Yeah, we're getting older, and how do you guys feel about that? Getting older. What do you feel getting older?
I don't know.
My back hurts more.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
now and then when I stand, something weird pops, but I mean, like
Right.
physically, yeah, it does, you know, I can feel stuff. Mentally, I mean, you know, I'm a responsible guy. I pay my bills on time. I go to work every day. I'm not late. I don't shoplift or anything, you know, I certainly don't do, you know, 20-year-old me shit, but I don't feel any different than, you know, mentally than I did when I was 20. I mean, I'm just more adult like, but I mean, I still like to go out and go to concerts and have a good time and, you know, and all that good stuff. I'm probably just, you know, less apt to speeding and doing stupid shit. You know, I'm more aware of consequences, I guess, but I mean, I don't, I still collect action figures, you know, like,
Oh, really? Cool. That's
yeah, yeah. I have my whole basement. I have a room just filled with toys. So, you know,
that's cool.
I'm not like your adult by any means, but I mean, I don't mind getting older. Doesn't scare me. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't really think that I don't really understand people who are like, I want to stay young forever. I don't understand that. I think either there's something wrong with them or they're creepy or they just want to like hook up with girls all day long or something. I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't see anything wrong with growing other than I mean, I think it's a good thing because understand how to handle life better instead of like stressing over stuff.
Right. 100%.
Speaking of being young, I mean, those were the days.
Remember those days in Central Park, Matt? All those days drinking in Central Park, pissing on shit.
I mean, look, I like if we could do that again, I would absolutely get totally hammered.
I know.
But you know, it's that's not the case. Like if I could meet up with like you and JT one more time, I'd be like, let's get like a 30 pack and kill it, you know?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the whole part of getting older, honestly. You know, like you got your son, you got Crystal, like you're doing big shit now. So that's way better than being drunk, honestly, for sure. You know?
Yeah, man, and it's just
I'll
less,
say.
you know, the occasions are less frequent.
Right.
So, you know, it's just like I'm starting to realize I'm not drinking as much. It's just like coincidental. I didn't like put it away and be like, you know, I can't do this. It was more just like, and when Nick was in the band, I was drinking all the time. But
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's with Nick, right?
yeah,
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, we're all getting older. Like, I'm a teacher, he's a teacher too. So, like Monday through Thursday, we're just like super serious guys. And
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday, we get a little bit crazy, and then Sunday, it's like we call it like the suffering day. We just like sit there, like, oh God, why did I do this shit again? Kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's just fun. That's fun.
It is fun. It is fun. He just went to Thailand, by the way.
Yeah, I just got back
That shit was
a
crazy.
week and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's this street in Bangkok called Khao San Road that literally has like 20 clubs, and like there's just parties going on, people taking NOS balloons, like just basically
Yes.
like extreme hedonism to the max. Like it's going down the street and you could buy like buckets of gin for like USD like $4.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just yeah, I forgot what happened that night. But I'm on vacation, so like it was cool. Like my friend helped me out.
Yeah, that's justified. That's fine.
Definitely,
Yeah.
but it's crazy experiencing that and just knowing like how nuts like different countries are with the party scene. And it was crazy. It was like old people doing it too. I'm like, I don't know if I could live here doing that now. Maybe in my 20s, like I definitely do that every weekend. I used to bounce back so quick. Like I used to, I don't know. I look back, like how was I able to do that? Like I just like trip out. I'm like, I think about that now. I'm like, there's no way my body could even handle that. I'm like Matt was saying, it happens naturally. It's like it's not fun anymore. It's like the trade-off is not worth it anymore. It's like if I didn't feel that way, I probably would still do it. But just the pain that comes afterwards makes me just
Yeah.
Plus, you feel like I mean, when you don't. I mean, I haven't had I haven't party drank in like a really long time, but I mean, now if I have every now and then if I slip and I hanging out with a friend and I have one or two, shit just sneaks up on you now.
Yeah.
Before before you know it, you're like, well, okay, well, I already had too much and I didn't have anything. So, so yeah, it's so different. And yeah, like Matt said, I don't really drink much at all anymore. I think I've shared a beer with them once at a practice just to show them I'm not like shoving it down their throat or being in their face about it. But
Yeah,
it just that doesn't serve me, so I decided not to be served.
so this is another thing. So Matt, you both have the same musical upbringing. Emo, for sure.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if your band was called Thank You for the Venom, I definitely know where that name comes from.
Yeah. He apparently he didn't mean to do that, but I don't know. He probably did.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I loved My Chemical Romance, Senses Fail, and then I started to get, and then once I found like Under Oath and The Devil Wears Prada, and like Between the Bird and Me and stuff, then I was hooked on metal, and I couldn't get
How
out
many
of it.
times did you meet Under Oath? You met them a few times, right?
I've met them like once, I think, but maybe twice. Like I don't even know, but I've seen them live like 4 or 5 times, and they suck.
Really?
yeah, I've seen him at Warped Tour maybe once, but I was like way younger and I thought everything sounded good back then, but probably now.
You saw a guy die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was sucked. This guy was definitely on drugs and he was doing
Circle Pit?
He was Circle Pit for the Circle Jerks. And then this guy basically hit the ground and it sucks. Long story short, it took like 15 minutes for the actual Warp Store staff to come with the no refibrillate, or what do you call those things?
Defibrillator.
Yeah. But this guy, it was really crazy, and I watched the whole thing happen. He pissed himself. At least like some of the audience knew CPR. They tried to save him and it didn't work. And it took them like 20 minutes and the guy was dead already.
Damn.
And they just
That's
like
terrible.
They just lifted him up, walked out, and the fucking day just continued. I was like, whoa. Like,
Yeah, that stuff is crazy, honestly.
I looked up later, like every Warped Tour, at least like a couple people died for sure. It actually happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They overheat, drugs. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Under Oath was great back then, like the best band I've ever seen in my life back then. But I can't get into their new stuff. And that's more on me than anything. But yeah, I just can't get into after Disambiguation, all their stuff is like just really corny to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We covered one song.
Oh yeah, we did of course we did Reinventing Your Exit.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that one's it's a classic. That one's I haven't heard that in forever, but that's a good one.
We did that acoustic. Yeah, me and Tony, it's funny because he never really liked emo music, and I think he likes the songs we play now because he's done it so much. But for the emo nights, we did like Hawthorne Heights, Under Oath. We did some Jimmy Eat World, Fall Out Boy. Like tomorrow, we're playing an acoustic show. We're doing one of our iconic covers is Face Down from Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. So Tony's, I guess,
that's a good one.
I think Tony kind of likes emo music a bit more now.
Maybe we'll see about that one. But how about you guys? What's how about Jesse? What's your influences? Like what started you on music?
Growing up, well, when I was a kid, my dad was a music. He played in bands. He played harmonica in a blues band. Wow, cool. And so he, there's a lot of like art, like a lot of blues and like classic rock coming out of the house. So Stevie Ray Vaughan was playing a lot in the house. So I really like,
That's
you know,
nice.
I immediately got attracted to the guitar,
Yeah.
and that's what got me to play guitar. And then, but once I found like heavier, faster music.
Hmm.
Well, Nirvana at first, you know, In Utero was the first
Yeah.
album I ever bought. But
Um,
then, you know, when I got into I had some friends who introduced me to like Metallica, and then Pantera changed my life. That was like when things really like sparked. Like, oh, now I need something with distortion. I need to play really loud, and I need to play fast. And
Hmm.
then when I got older, like Thrice was a
Oh,
big
that's
thing
yeah.
for me. Poison
Yeah.
the Well,
Yeah.
and Matt's sick of hearing me saying Misery Signals, but they're probably one of my
Oh, they're
favorite bands.
good. They're good. Yeah, they're
they're
great.
good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, those are like, as far as like contemporary. I mean, Pantera is always going to be like my number one, but like contemporary stuff would be like Thrice, Poison the Well, Misery Signals, that kind of
What's
stuff.
your favorite Pantera song?
Oof. I mean, 5 Minutes Alone
Ooh,
is
that's a good
just
one.
a
Yeah.
badass song. Um, Cowboys from Hell, every time it comes, you know, just that opening
Yeah.
bit of chugs, just like gets your blood pumping.
Yeah.
Shedding Skin is a great song. I mean, there's so many, I can go on and on. I mean, every song on Far Beyond Driven is my
Such a good
favorite.
album, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They're all pretty special. I mean,
Yeah.
Dimebag Darrell was a very special human being,
He's been
cut
dead
down way
20
too
years now.
young.
That's crazy. 20 years he's
Yeah,
been dead. That's insane.
Um,
gunned down playing guitar.
In
Fucking
Ohio,
terrible.
of all places.
Yeah.
you brought,
Jeez. I
you
didn't
brought
even
up
know
a
that.
you brought up a cool point. I wanted to ask everyone. Well, you already said yours. So Matt, what's the first album that you bought? Like CD? Do you remember your first CD that you bought?
Um, I don't know if I remember the first one I bought. I know that my brother bought me Senses Fail. They're like early on, like EP.
Yeah.
He bought that for Christmas, and I couldn't stop listening to that. The first one I bought, um, honestly, it was probably like Blink-182 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Tony?
My Chemical Romance. Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. First one I ever
Wow.
bought. Yeah.
Mine is random. I actually bought the Alien Ant Farm.
Ooh,
Yeah, I bought the
Oh, with the movies.
no, yeah, I got the one that looked like the Peachy
Okay.
folder, which it's not True Ant, it's the one before that, but that's the one with I think with movies on it, yeah. Because like for
Yeah.
me personally, Smooth Criminal was huge, but I was like, I want to actually check out their other songs and I actually love all of their music so much. And there's a DJ that plays at events that me and Tony play at, and he actually plays a lot of these like B-side Alien Ant Farm songs. And it's really cool when
That's
it's
cool.
me and like one other person, we're the only ones that know the songs because everyone else kind of like skipped all their other songs, you know? And I'm like, these guys are so good. And I actually met the singer one time. I forgot what his name was, but
Yeah.
they're still like doing shit for sure. I think they're a lot older, but they're like pretty, I think they don't really have to work jobs anymore, but it was cool. Like my friend Mike was opening up, he was playing a show and like he was a little bit farther off than me. And he's like, hey man, I'm playing a show. Do you want to come? I'm like, oh, who are you playing for? He's like, oh, we're opening up for the fucking stupid band Alien Ant Farm. I'm like, dude, like I want to go. Like, I get this. You're opening for them. Like, yeah, they suck though, but whatever. Like, we're gonna play. I'm like, dude, I want to go. And I actually got to see the members like in the fucking like outside the green room hanging out. I'm like, this is childhood dream right now. And
That's awesome.
to end the story, I was in the audience watching them, just like this is really cool. And like this really pretty girl was next to me, kind of like dancing. And I bumped into her. I'm like, hey, what's your name? She's like, oh, blah blah blah. Like, I'm the wife of the singer. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like just kind of doing some research. I'm like, hey, like they're not really big anymore. Like, do they have to work jobs? Or like, is this still something that no, they're like, oh no, they don't work anymore. Like, it's fine. I'm like, really? Because like I just don't really hear about them anymore. They drop an album like every 10 years. And then at the end,
Mhm.
they kiss me on the cheek. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. And I just like left because I'm gonna want the singer to see me like hanging out with his wife. But I thought that was really cool because I wonder sometimes these bands that aren't huge, I'm like, I always wonder, like, do they still work part-time jobs? Like they came out with Smooth Criminal. Is that enough to just set up your career forever? Like, do you guys like have to
Mhm.
like what are you guys doing? Like, I don't know. I think about stuff like that. And I think it's kind
No,
of
I did the same. Yeah.
yeah.
Can't help
Dryden.
but be
He's Dryden.
curious.
The singer's Dryden. Yeah. And he's a very interesting live performer. He's very awkward, very stiff.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, like he is in almost like he is in music videos and stuff, right? He's like only his neck moves, but everything else is kind of
kind of autistic, and he kind of moves
Kinda
like a robot a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Really
I don't
cool.
know.
Kind of has cool stage presence. He's very unique, and he's very just like when he talks to the audience, he's like, "Yeah, put out an album, please steal it." Like, just doesn't care. Like, I like their attitude where like they're not trying at all, but it's cool, and they've done
Mhm.
pretty well. And that's kind of my dream. If I'm ever to be in a band, I want it to be kind of like just really laid back, but it just works, you know.
Yeah. Talk about what are your like plans for the year? You plan on like releasing an album or something like that?
Yeah, we probably should. We've been recording we have a couple more songs that we just had to finish recording. I think Jesse said that 2 more are done.
Yeah, I mean, total like the 6 songs we had that I mentioned before, we recorded all 6, self-recorded, self-produced. We did it all ourselves. Most of it in this room that I'm sitting in, and a lot in our rehearsal space. So Matt's really got 1 song left to do vocals on. I just mixed.
That's crazy.
I mixed 2 last weekend. We released 2. We have 2 songs on all your streaming platforms.
Cool.
So you look for PERN. We have a song called Head On Collision, and we have a song called Gasping for Air. They're both available on iTunes or Apple Music rather,
Both are really
Spotify,
cool,
Pandora.
Love both those songs, honestly. Fucking
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Yeah.
Thank you
you.
very much. Yep. And then 4 more ready to release. So probably I'm going to convince everybody, including you, Matt, that I like to release the remaining 4 plus the 2 we've released as an EP. We got 2 singles out. We'll leave them as is, and then release those 2 plus the other 4 as a full EP, and then work on a full album. I think with the new song that the kid brought that AJ brought, and that'll be the first one.
Yeah.
That'll be our next
And
goal.
I mean, a lot of my goal is to just keep playing more shows. It's the most fun for me, and I think it's the best way to get our name out there as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
You guys are you gonna play in New York?
Sure. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
playing in New York February 3rd.
February
I love
3rd,
that.
yeah.
Where are you playing?
Oh, sorry. What was that?
Where are you playing?
Oh, Lucky 13. I don't know if you heard
Oh,
of
that's
it.
in
Lucky
Queens.
13.
Shit. That's in Queens. That's in Ridgewood, right?
Brooklyn.
That's
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Cool.
We almost
Yep.
got a show there. Matt, we almost got a show opening for the Misfits there. Remember that? At
Lucky 13?
Yeah. That's where it was. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Long time ago. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
Sorry, go ahead.
set up a Japan show once you guys get your stuff.
Yeah. Come out. Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Come out here.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'd be down. That'd be
much,
fun.
man. Like, really, I'm so happy to talk to, Matt. Like, it's been forever since we sat down and talked. Like, it's really good to like talk.
Yeah.
And you guys got some cool music for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
No.
We'll keep making it if everyone keeps
If you
listening
keep
to
saying
it.
it's cool.
I mean, like I say, you can always keep getting better unless you're dead.
Mhm.
So don't die.
Yep.
It's been fun getting to know Tony's friends and getting a peep into his world. It's been cool.
Same. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much.
All right,
It's
guys.
good to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it's
All
1
right.
p.m. here. Have a nice night, guys. Bedtime.
Take care. See ya.
Take care, guys.
All right, nice meeting you.
Later.